And boom, here we are once again. And hey, I actually got a clean intro there. Welcome, guys. It is Friday night, September 9th, 2016. My name is Brian Sapinski, along with the old team from Lost Silver Productions. That is Paul Williams right there. That is Scott Goldzener right there. Both in the same place they are. And me up in my bedroom because I don't think you wanted to have me in my basement and listen to crickets chirping in the background for 90 minutes. Long story, I'll tell you later. What happened there, Scott?
Nothing. I just.
Okay, never mind. Wait, we welcome you guys to this week's edition out there in YouTube land of Convention Attention, our third episode here, and hey, this has been a busy week, at least for me, being back to school and everything. But at least the good news was I got to see a bunch of my my students or whatever, my old students who are also heavily anime inclined, whatever. Maybe, hopefully, some of them are watching tonight. And maybe some of them will jump. We'll see as the time goes on. But in any event, guys, we've got some easy stuff to do, and then when we get to our main topic, oh boy, are we going to be flying by the seat of our pants, and we'll explain why later when we get to that, folks. So we're going to get the business started as we always do with Smash or Trash, and we've got a couple of different things. I'm going to save the big one for last, if that's okay, guys, because I know that one's going to drag on for a little bit.
Hey, that's fine by me.
Let me get to the small stuff first, and then we're going to and we'll work our way up. Okay, first item on the Smash for Trash ticket tonight, coming from as most of our news does, Anime News Network. Here's an interesting one. As a matter of fact, I just talked about this on the last abridged thing last weekend about that Hatsune Miku has been in the news, the famous Vocaloid. Well, she's in the news again this week because now there is a company called Species, spelled S-P-E-E-C-Y-S. They make Sony's Vaio computers, and I think it's Aibo. Is it Aibo or Aibo? The name of the robotic dogs. I don't know.
You're breathing on it.
Huh?
No, sorry about that.
Is it supposed to be Aibo or Aibo?
I think it's Ivo.
Aibo? Okay, yeah, the Aibo robotic dogs. So Species, along with a toy maker by the name of Volks, they're teaming up to develop a moving Hatsune Miku doll, is what they're doing. All right? It's yeah. It's gonna be 60 centimeters tall, so it's gonna be about 2 feet tall. It'll have 28 joints, 3 at the waist, 8 in the legs, 14 in her arms, and 3 in her head. And somehow, in spite of all this, it says here she will have soft skin. She'll include a small computer, the Raspberry Pi 3, and she can be moved by the Miku Miku Dance animation program. Here, I mean, I'll say this: no, the pictures look nice and look typical of whatever style of like anime figurine that you would ever buy in the dealer's room at a convention would look like. But here, Paul, I'll start with you. What do you think about the idea of having a actual physical Hatsune Miku that you could touch?
That's actually going to be kind of weird, just because of the fact that it's going to be Hatsune Miku. Like, I still don't know how to go about like discussing this. Like, really, it's kind of weird.
No, I get what you mean. Yeah, no, this is and here I'm shooting a link to you here so you can see what it actually looks like or whatever the case is. Because yeah, if you take a look at that, if you have a way of getting one of the pictures up there, just so everybody watching out there, because yeah, like I said, no, it looks really nice, but yeah, there you see it right there. So yeah, that's the one. If you want to scroll down, and you can see a couple of the others that they have there and stuff. Yeah, like I said, no, for like I said, what you see in the dealer's room, it looks pretty good, but I don't know. I guess for me at least, the idea of having it, knowing that for all these years, Hatsune has been, a holographic, image or something like that in all the performances and different things like that. I guess it just strikes me a little bit unnerving in the idea that, now having something, physical to, physical to touch, it may just seem even creepy to me in whatever case. Scott, what do you think about this?
And considering I actually cosplay as one of the Vocaloids,
Right, and you told me about that.
yeah. We've moved into the Chobits era. That's all I have to say.
In what sense?
In the sense that we're actually getting physical things like this now.
Yeah.
Not like anything like on cheese level like in the show, but we're getting there with technology.
we can rebuild her. We have the technology.
Yeah, but I don't want to spend at least $6 million to do it.
Exactly.
I know one thing. We're definitely keeping Antonio away from this.
Hey, we got a pun that works for you. You know.
We'll keep Antonio away from this one.
Why? What are you worried about?
He's just a big Vocaloid fan, so we should keep him away from it.
Why? What are you worried he's gonna do?
It's if they release one of Luca.
Okay.
Long story short. Not gonna get.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me about me about that later.
Considering he actually crossplays as Luca. So,
Getcha.
Enough said. Yeah, enough said.
That's fair enough. Okay, no, I trust you. Okay, all right. So, we'll see where that goes about or whatever. But I mean, make no mistake. This isn't gonna be a Miku that can actually physically perform in concerts like the hologram does now. Because like it says in the article, the thing's only gonna be 2 feet tall. So there's only so much you could do with it. It's really just there for posing, I think, and nothing else.
And for people at home and for the fanboys at home.
Yeah. Well, it can still, like I said, it can move under its own power, but whatever the case is. So,
the question is, will it sing?
That's about the only thing it doesn't say in the article as to whether or not it does that. I guess as we find out more once it actually gets released, I think we'll get more information about that. That should be interesting in its own right.
Right.
Okay, so all right, so overall, what if we ruled this? If we call it this smash or trash?
I'll call it a smash just because I'm a Vocaloid fan.
Okay, I figure that makes sense. Paul, what's your ultimate? Which way are you ruling officially?
I'd probably take a shot at it too, and would probably smash as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit out in terms of the jury or whatever. I maybe borderline trash the idea. Again, only just because I just fear a little bit of a creep factor, and maybe that's me. Okay, I don't know what to tell you, but we'll see where that goes. Okay, item number 2 here on the docket. All right. Every week we go through this stuff, and we seem to keep on running into another lovely Nintendo situation. This one now, the validity of it is a little bit uncertain, but the story goes like this, as told on alwaysnintendo.com. Recently, there was a game called Axiom Verge, which was recently ported to Nintendo's Wii U, and apparently the designers of the game, one in particular, Thomas Happ is his name. He recently talked on Reddit this week that he was trying to get a secret code put into the game that could have the lead character of the game, Trace, get a costume that would make Trace look like Samus Aran from Metroid. But there was after some consideration, because Nintendo apparently they actually liked the idea, but they ultimately decided to give permission to to do the idea. I guess the concern probably, at least in Thomas Happ's opinion, is that the idea of people playing the entire game with Trace in Samus's costume didn't quite work for them or whatever. He does offer one consolation. He says that a code has been put into the game. If you remember, Scott, you remember from back in the old Metroid days, because I know you're the Metroid guy. You remember the infamous Justin Bailey code?
The code where you play as Samus in the bikini.
Or in the that's well, she didn't have the bikini in the original. It was just the leotard or whatever. Well, as it turns out,
that was pretty serious.
Yeah. Well, as it turns out, they did put a Justin Bailey code into Axiom Verge where Trace will be in a leotard, just like in the thing or whatever. They said they also wanted to have a various suit option as well, but that was a little too much for Nintendo to jump on board with. So the Justin Bailey code was the compromise. But overall, Paul, what do you think? The idea of Nintendo slapping down, at least they considered it, but they slapped down yet another idea from an outsider with their property.
It's kind of weird in the sense that it's standard typical Nintendo stuff. Like Nintendo has the right to go on ahead and dictate who they want to let use their stuff. So there's not much you can really do about it. I mean, it's Nintendo. The fact that Nintendo has this weird YouTube program about even playing their games and stuff like that. Like it's this is pretty much their MO right now. It is what it is. I mean, they get to do whatever the hell they want with it. So.
Yeah, it's still very, very strange, this whole thing. And Scott, I know that because we talked about this, I know that outside of Lost Silver Productions, you have your Let's Plays that you do on occasion, and I know recently you put up a bunch of the Metroid games. You put up Super Metroid and the Fusion games, I think you did, correct?
Yeah, well, Super was the one I started with. Super
But
Metroid was my very first.
right, and didn't you tell me that there was some deal that you had to sign up with to be able to put those Let's Plays on YouTube?
No, not really.
You don't have to sign up for
what
it.
was it exactly? I can't remember.
I only signed up with Nintendo's that program that Nintendo has.
I'm saying, what's the program called? I'm trying to remember.
Paul, you want to look that up?
I literally was just looking this up the other day.
Yeah, it's about Nintendo's content creator.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the thing. Yeah. Okay. Right. And the idea was, I guess, you had to get permission from them in order to be able to do those videos or whatever.
No. It's you could go ahead and do them. It's just that the money that any kind of monetization of those videos have to be specifically approved by Nintendo. What Nintendo is allowing people to do is allowing them to go on ahead and say, we're going to use this and we're going to give you a piece of that money, however small, well, not however small, but whatever amount of money it may be.
Okay, I see. All right. So yeah, but either way, I know Scott, in your case, that yeah, you had I'm sorry. Hey, I finally sneezed on live thing. I'm amazed I made it this long. So, but anyway, though, Scott, what do you think in general with just overall the idea? I mean, I don't know do you know about the Axiom Verge game at all?
Yes, I do. It's a Metroidvania game.
Okay, and what exactly? How does it work exactly?
It's just Metroid. You got to go around and explore.
But like what? But in Axiom Verge, what are you exploring for?
I really don't know, but I can. If you guys do want to check it out, check out Techno Mage's live stream that he did of Axiom Verge.
Okay, I see. So more let's playing.
Yeah,
I can tell you stay in that universe a lot, Scott.
of course.
Yeah, yeah. But
Just wait. Just wait till I get to Persona 3.
oh, here we go. You'll be there for probably about 10 years between that and 4.
Oh, and
So who
5.
knows? Close enough. Yeah, but either way though, yeah, no, it just it's like I said, I I don't want to trash this idea because again, I completely understand what Nintendo's doing. I get that this is just the way they want to go about business. It's just the idea that it's just like the fact that we've been hearing about them, rejecting these things, just over and over again in just like rapid succession over the last several weeks, that it's just like enough is enough. Can we just go more than 2 weeks without having hear about another Nintendo slapdown? It's just like I just want to separate from it for a while. But it's just you can't. So that's how I feel about it. But let me see. Are we all in agreement, guys, that for the Samus thing not to happen? Are we all trashing? Thumbs down.
Smash.
I had a feeling. Okay.
I have no opinion about Metroid altogether, so I'll pass.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
Considering I'm now up to Queen in AM2R.
What's that about?
Hello?
What's that about? I'm not familiar.
Scott, go ahead.
What'd you do?
No, what did you do?
I didn't do nothing.
Oh no, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Hello?
He's in there somewhere, folks. Okay. Whoop. We got a picture back.
Yeah. No, you're.
And now we don't have a picture.
No, you're not. You're not. Yeah, you're frozen.
I froze.
Yeah,
Oh, there
you're
it is.
frozen.
Okay. Yeah, like I told you guys, they're both in the same place at the same time.
I froze.
Yeah, you are frozen, Scott. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You want me to come over
Okay, well, here, just look at
Uh,
Paul's camera for a second. Just say whatever you got to say. But here, while you guys figure that out, I'm going to go to the next article. Okay.
All right.
So, all right.
I
The next
lost
thing,
my-
and we're staying in the Nintendo family for the next couple of them. Okay. Let me get the silly one. Let me get the silly one out of the way here. And Paul, I'm going to tell you what. If if you can put the picture of this one up as well, because this is too hilarious. Staying in the Nintendo family for weeks now, we've all been seeing the new Pokemon that are going to be premiering in the Sun and Moon games come November. Along the way, we've also been seeing the new Alola forms of some of the old Pokemon that look a bit different, that they're changing types and all of that business. Well, apparently it was just revealed today that not only the Pokemon are getting Alola makeovers. It turns out that so is our original beloved Professor Oak. And Paul, if you've got a way of queuing up this picture, if you can find that picture of the Alola Professor Oak, you've got to see this, folks. This is just like so absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to tell, as soon as he cues it up, I'm going to tell you exactly what it is I thought when I saw the picture. You got it up there, Paul? Did you find it?
Almost.
Okay, give me 1 second, folks. Seriously, I just like saw this like minutes before we went on the air, and I just was just belting out laughing. You have no idea in the worst way, because you're gonna like this. Scott, are you looking for the picture in the meantime too?
I'm still trying to get back into the hangout. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm seeing. Can you guys hear me though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can hear you just right now, just fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm. It looks like he's a native Hawaiian.
Yeah, take a look at this picture, folks. Seriously. All right. Paul, give your opinion first, and I'll save my thought for the end. What in seeing this picture of the Alola Oak, what's your take?
I'm a little bit taken aback by it. It's kind of weird. Like I know it's not quite oak because it's not, you know, it's obviously not the same person. It's just it seemed really kind of lazy of Nintendo to do this. Like of the Pokemon company to do this. Just like you could have just given us a new character or something.
But now, okay, and but now let me see something actually. Now here, wait, because I'm seeing something interesting now in this picture for one sec, because this isn't something I hadn't saw before. Notice the name, guys. Wait, notice it's Samson Oak. It's not Samuel Oak.
No.
So all right, so wait a minute. Now, is this then? So wait, is this actually a relative or what's the deal?
It's officially his cousin.
His cousin, okay. But obviously you could tell the family resemblance. You could see the way it all looks and stuff like that. But why do you consider it lazy, though?
Because it's just like, you know, I get that they're supposed to be two different people, but they could have just gone on ahead and made a new character or something like that.
Well, I think this just I think this just plays on the notion in general of
You never hear of something like
you guys are still trying to figure that out over there. I think this still just plays on the notion again of just how they have the altered forms of the pre-existing Pokemon. I mean, this game is just. This is just a further example of just how different everything is becoming or whatever. But let me see, Scott, you were saying that this cousin of Oak's is just he really looks Hawaiian. But any other immediate thoughts when you saw this image?
No, not really.
I'll give you one right now, and this is what I was thinking of when I first saw this minutes before we went on the air, and I was just cracking up. You ever play Punch-Out, Scott?
Yes.
Look at Samson Oak right now. I just said that. Tell me he doesn't look like Super Macho Man. The tan is perfect. The hair is the perfect length in the back. Just as Super Macho Man keeps it or whatever. It just seriously. You just gotta rip the Hawaiian shirt off him and just get the gloves on, and he's ready to go.
Well, I'm having headphone troubles. But go on.
No, I know what you mean. No. Well, here, don't worry about it. If you guys just gotta share a screen, don't worry about it. Leave it. It's okay. But in any event, though, I gotta just say, no. As hilarious as that is, I gotta just think that maybe perhaps with everything else to be doing in the game, yeah. This might be going a step too far. It looks great. It's hilarious, but I just wonder if, like I said, there may just be a limit to how much you could do this sort of thing, or whatever. So all in all, though, guys, what do you think? Do you want to smash or trash the new Oak?
Smash.
You like Paul?
I'll say the same.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Like yeah, I seem to keep getting. I got a lot of fence sitters here this one, but like I said, for me this might be a little too much. So I'm leaning on the trash side, but it has potential. So we'll see. Okay. Now the big news of the week, the news that just came out yesterday and that everybody's going crazy gaga for. And we'll try to condense this as much as possible because I know we have a main topic to do tonight. The big news that came out yesterday with regards to Crunchyroll and Funimation, they've officially announced a partnership that they're going to share content between their streaming, their home movie libraries and stuff like that. I mean, just the whole thing is just completely endless here. I mean, like the titles that are being shared with this are just that there's too many to mention. But the idea is that now, as of yesterday, Crunchyroll viewers can watch subtitle versions of Funimation's stuff that they started doing during the summer. and that Crunchyroll also catalog some other titles, like free, and it says here the Testament of Sister New Devil. Wait. The two companies also announced that certain certain titles that are on Crunchyroll will go on Funimation Now very soon in the weeks to come. And in addition, Funimation Now viewers will be able to watch broadcast dubs of some of Crunchyroll's summer titles like Mob Psycho 100 and things like that. So they're getting on their different simulcasts. They're getting the best of each other's worlds, at least that what exists right now. So I can only assume from you guys that this is undoubtedly has to be a smash moment across the board. Yes. You guys okay back there?
Great.
So,
yeah, I'll give it a smash because I watch most of my anime on Crunchyroll. When I can, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When it's not, and if it's not there, I'll watch it on Hulu or I'll download it if I have to.
But what currently with Crunchyroll are you taking in?
Mainly it's on Funimation side. I just burned through all 3 seasons of High School DxD.
Oh yes, that's right. I forgot. Yes, I forgot you have your recent obsession with High School DxD. So that's I got to remember. Yeah, half the time we've been making up questions for our recent games. You've been doing that stuff or whatever. All right, Paul. What about you? What do you take out of
that they're going to use all this stuff again, particularly on as far as like giving both of them together. Because I kind of thought it was kind of weird that Funimation started the whole streaming side showing up the Crunchyroll was made to begin with. So it was just kind of weird that they finally decided to join back up.
Well, it should be interesting in any event. Now, granted, of course, like I said, this doesn't affect me one way or another because I don't have either one at this particular moment, and that's going to make running this conversation tonight interesting in its own right. But we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, no. Needless to say, the idea that now it's feasibly possible that you don't need either one service or the other. Now you just basically have both of them available to you at all given times in one place. This is, like I said, just for any regular anime watcher, this is literally the best thing that you could possibly ask for. So, as I'm just getting somebody on the wire here. So yeah, this is definitely all out full smash things. So we'll see what happens with it in the weeks to come. We should be able to have some good things. Okay. Now, yes, I know we're 30 minutes in. I got it.
I'm just saying, you have to say it out loud.
I'm watching the clock. Don't worry. All right. Now we're gonna have some fun. Okay. Now, tonight's topic, as what was put on the thing, what we're dubbing tonight as anime for newbies. Now, basically, the premise of tonight's thing is we're basically playing a what if. The what if in this, folks, those of you who are watching out there, is that obviously those of you watching this, you're all anime lovers. You know that. And suppose you've got somebody that that you really want to get into anime and they've never seen any of it. So the question that we're trying to figure out is, what is a good anime for a first-time viewer of the genre to see, and what reasons are there behind it and stuff like that. And I'm going to admit, for myself, this is going to be a very flying by the seat of my pants kind thing, because unlike when we do game show talk and fun elsewhere on the channel and some other things that we've talked about here before, for having been on the convention scene 8 years, I don't get much anime viewing myself, so I know most of the titles we're going to mention tonight. I'll be dead honest, I have not seen myself. So this is going to be just a major education for me. Some to prior to the show, and we're going to get their comments in and throw a few others around as well. But I'll start with why don't you guys just share the doggone screen?
Because it's also
I'm waxing here while you guys are. I'm trying to stall for you guys almost to the set.
Go ahead.
You guys just share the damn screen, okay?
There's also a computer problem too. That's what I'm trying to figure out why.
No, I understand. I understand, but seriously, it is perfectly okay if you two are on the same screen.
Yeah. Don't worry about me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, actually, I was gonna go to you guys first here because now I'm echoing. Mute the live video. mute on the YouTube itself.
Where do I do
But
that?
anyway, like I said, no, I was actually gonna ask you guys first. I wanted to get your suggestions before I go to some of the comments that we got from some people when we posted this around online. So Scott, I'll start with you. If you had somebody you were introducing anime to for the first time, what would be the first show that you would try to show them to hook them into the genre?
Cardcaptor Sakura.
Okay, all right, it's an interesting choice, different from the suggestions that I've got here so far tonight. Why would you lead off with that?
It's a magical girl, and it was one of the very few animes that I actually started watching that got me into it.
What was the hook for you?
The storyline, I guess, behind it.
Okay, I mean, like now understand as we do this, folks. I mean, there may be some of you out there that may not have actually ever seen, Cardcaptor Sakura. So along the way, we will do some brief general plot outlines or whatever, because we may have some people watching this that haven't seen certain anime. You may find that you have something for you. The whole so for those that have never seen Cardcaptor Sakura, yeah, it is sort of a magical girl thing. It's not in the traditional sense, but the idea is that Sakura Kinomoto, who is trying to collect all of the infamous cloud cards that she accidentally from a magical book, and all these cards have different elemental powers and things like that she has to try to harness through the help of the other cards that she has captured along the way. So there's almost even like a little battle going on, and along the way she has a friendly Shoran who is also trying to collect the cards as well. They ultimately team up in that regard. Go ahead.
In episode 8, when he actually made his premiere, unlike the US version where we started with episode 8 and went completely out of order sync, and then that's where I started trying to find original the subtitled versions, and started to dislike certain shows that were dubbed or brought over.
Obviously, yeah, that's sub versus dub naturally is another conversation for another time, of course. Right. But in general though, like I said, but you said that the story was one that you enjoyed.
And I like the costumes.
Ah, okay, yes, okay, because for those of you that never saw it or whatever, you probably at some point have seen the wild costumes that Sakura's friend Madison aka Tomoyo.
Incorrect. It's her cousin.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a familiar relationship. No, because I had seen some Cardcaptor when I had seen some.
Well, no, they changed it in the English version to her friend, but in the original Japanese version, that's her cousin.
Aha, okay. So
That's
there
right.
you go. All right. So
Yeah,
that's it. That's
it's her,
interesting
it's her cousin.
that's interesting to make note of there. Okay, very
Yeah.
good. And
And at one point, I actually had the book with all the cards in it.
very nice, very nice. Okay. And while we got that in, it seems we have picked up a caller, and it's one I recognize. I'll explain why in a minute. Welcome, new caller. Please, caller. Yeah, I'm still thinking we're doing it the radio version. Well, you know what? That's just force of habit. I'll tell you what. If you could introduce yourself, let the guys know who you are, and then I'll tell you how I know you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Derpy Smiler, also known as Josiah Rodriguez.
And you're calling from where?
From my house here in Belleville, New Jersey.
Aha, yes, okay. I gave you guys a little bit of a heads up before we started here. Scott and Paul. I told you guys that being back in school now, some of my Belleville gang was able to meet up with them. Josiah was one of my students a couple of years ago, whatever, and so we spread the word about the show tonight. We're glad you can make it tonight, Josiah.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, so we were just starting to get into the meat of the discussion about again first animes. What show would you recommend to somebody totally new to the genre? What's the first anime you would suggest for them to watch?
Well, the first one that I would suggest, I don't know, depends on really what you enjoy. But if you're like
True.
a Hunger Games or Maze Runner fan, I would suggest watching Batum.
The Tomb, you said? Tomb?
Btoom.
E-T-O. Oh, Batum. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the basis of that one? Because yeah, I've like I said, some of the ones we're gonna say tonight, I've at least heard of by name or whatever, but that one's new to me. What's the basics behind that one?
All right. So the basis behind this is that at the beginning of the show, the main character is put on an island with about 29 other people, and he doesn't remember what has happened. So as the season goes on, all right, keep in mind there's only one season so far, and we don't know if there's going to be another one. So, but the show is not fairly, but because the season has, if they were making a season 2, it has been on hold for over 2 years. So
What production house did it? What
Yeah,
company?
who runs that one?
Oh, I don't know the name of the company.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you what. Yeah, if we get here, I'll try to research that as we go along or whatever. So it sounds though to me, I guess it sounds kind of like because you said he's on an island with 29 people and stuff like that. Is this sort of like a survival type of thing or whatever? Is it one of those kind of situations?
Is it like what type of situation? I'm sorry, it cut off.
So, like I said, something like if you were watching like Survivor or one of those type of shows.
No, it's nothing like that actually. It's like I said, if you enjoy Hunger Games or the Maze Runner, it's kind of like that. These guys are put on an island. There's about 30 of them, and they were placed there by someone who wouldn't really care if they disappeared. And so what they do is they have these things on their arm, which are basically like these little gem things, and they're like trackers to find other people. And what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to kill the other players and collect 7 other gems, because when the character dies, the gem will pop right out. So, and you got to collect 7 of them, 7 others besides your own, to get off the island.
I see. Ooh, wow.
Sounds more like Battle Royale than the Hunger Games.
I guess that would be. Yeah, I guess that would be a fair description. What are you doing with those cards, man? as Paul vigorously shakes his head behind you. and here, folks, I was worried about the crickets in my basement. That should have been the least of my worries. So, anyway, all right. So here, wait, Paul, we haven't gotten you in on this yet, or whatever. Do you have a suggestion?
Christopher back here. Well, what were we talking about?
Things are going to get just as a little more crazier as the night goes on. But in general, though, Paul, how about you? What in terms of what other anime would you suggest for the first time viewer?
Stick with the classics like Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball. What's another one? I could probably say any slice of life anime, like even Supersonic, a recent one. You could probably start them off on. Just try to avoid the darker areas, which we can't mention, but those darker areas.
Well, all right. Well, the idea of the darker area, obviously, that could take a number of different turns, and we know full well that anime have just as wide a variety of genres that it goes into, just as American, just normal American TV does. It's pretty much the equivalent. But all right, but you mentioned Sailor Moon. You're not the only person so far tonight to suggest that. A couple of people who I spoke with in the days leading up to the broadcast, they mentioned as well over on the Castle Point convention. Over on the Castle Point convention boards, both Teresa Gibson and Sage Asake both recommended Sailor Moon, and also our good friend John Nielsen down in Florida for Florida Whammy Productions. He also put Sailor Moon in there because, and in a similar way that he mentions that with regards to the fact that, like I said, no, it is one of the classics. The fact that we got to see it, just like on American weekday mornings and stuff like that. It was just easy to find, especially in the mid '90s. A lot of us were, probably in college or things like that, and that's just when.
I was in high school at the time.
Yeah. Okay, well, but you get the idea, though. The idea, yeah, that this was when the boom was hitting, and even though we only had a couple of things, it was easy to find that stuff, and it is one of the classics in terms of the of the magical girl genre, which you remembered. Now, there's a couple others that John in particular mentioned.
Well, I have another one.
Okay, go ahead. What else you got in mind?
Pokemon.
Okay, well,
yes.
Yeah, or obviously, yeah, a lot of people have seen Pokemon, but it makes you wonder in Pokemon's case that everybody is so exposed to the games now that maybe perhaps to see the anime as your first. I mean, you're right; it's an easy enough transition. But do you think, Scott, that maybe perhaps somebody that's so used to the games feel like they might be losing something if they watch the anime for the first time?
Maybe not really.
Well, what do you think would be the biggest concern? I mean, do you think it's an easy transition, or?
I started with the anime. I started with the anime, and then I went to the games.
Oh, okay. So you came into it from that direction, and I'll be even honest with you. I was the same. I was I only started playing the games because of, again, my former friends who I've alluded to several times before in these podcasts and other things or whatever. But I was watching the anime first, and because of his playing the games or whatever on the side, that got me sucked in on that end too. Now, okay, now just to go some other suggestions. Let me see. John Nielsen mentioned another one here because he gave me several options or whatever. Another one that he suggested might be a good first one. I want to get your guys' take on this. John suggested Slayers as another possibility. He told me the biggest reason with regards to Slayers is that if you're a person that was a good that was like big with Dungeons and Dragons, he said a lot of those kind of people would get into that show because with Lena Inverse, the main character, being a aspiring magician of sorts and things, and trying to learn the big and powerful spells like the Dragon Slave and stuff like that.
No, she already. I'm going to correct you on that. She already knew the Dragon Slave.
All right, well, I mean, you get the general premise of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But you get the idea. The idea is that it fits that magician type of thing that a D&D fan would appreciate and stuff like that. So he figured that's a good transition for them. Paul, what do you think?
Sorry,
with
my
regard to,
connection.
you think that's a fair enough comparison, Paul?
It's a fair enough comparison for what it's worth. Yeah.
All right.
Considering that the same person did the theme song for all 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. However, okay. Josiah, jumping back in there because I saw you got a little bit of a hiccup there. Have you ever seen Slayers yourself?
No, I have not.
Okay. Yeah, I again through former friends. I saw a couple. He first was trying to get me a little more familiar with anime outside of Pokemon with a couple of episodes himself. It was amusing enough in its own right. I never got a chance to follow up on it, but I could see that one being a pretty good show for anybody to work their way into. And why is my door opening? Oh, hello, hi. my wife stepping in on the side there off camera. Okay, let's see some other suggestions that we got here. A couple others. Let me see. Both on Melissa Cornford on the Castle Point board, and our old friend Liz Reed, who's joined us on a couple of the convention podcasts before. They both pitched, and I want to get your guys' take on this. How do you feel about suggesting Full Metal Alchemist as for first-time anime fans? I see already you're giving the thumbs up to both of you. Giving the thumbs up. Scott, how do you feel?
Brotherhood, because it follows the manga.
Okay. But
I wouldn't start them on Brotherhood just for reasons. I know it's more closer to the manga, but in regards to how dark that thing gets, let them start.
Paul, hold on. Wait, Paul, hang on one second here, guys. One of you's echoing there in the mix. If one of you's got the video feed on on the YouTube itself, mute on the YouTube.
No, it's probably because of the fact that I'm talking and I'm really loud, so it's picking up on both microphones.
You're just that kind of force tonight, Paul. Okay,
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, as you were saying, I'm sorry.
So I want to start them off on Brotherhood. I know it does follow the manga, closer, but the question is for the new fan. I say start them off on the original Full Metal. Then they come back with Brotherhood when they go back and realize, oh, this is really different.
I gotcha. But what do you think? What do you think is the big hook that makes makes Full Metal work?
Just the storytelling.
And
that
the fact that Vic Mignogna does the voice of Edward.
I wouldn't even say it was Vic.
You'll use any opportunity to get his name into the mix that you can, huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, naturally. All right, here. Let me jump you back in there, Josiah. Whatever. Let's see. Full Metal at all? Have you caught any piece of that?
My friends have told me that it's a good anime. I haven't actually started watching it myself. There's a bunch of anime that I actually need to start watching, and I need to finish Sword Art Online.
That is one I need to finish.
Yeah, I know. He's seen quite a bit of Sword Online. I only saw the first 1 or 2 episodes. That's all I had a chance to to see. It's not easy watching anime in my house, but
I
but
binge
hey,
watched
but
the
what?
entire
But let me
first
ask you
season.
this, Josiah. What have your friends told you about Full Metal Alchemist that's making it intriguing enough for you to to want to take a look at it, even if you haven't yet?
They haven't really told me much about it. Actually, I don't think they've told me anything at all. And if they did, then that was like a little over a year ago, because that was the last time they talked about it.
Because I mean, like, just to get some information. The whole general idea is like I said, as the title suggests, alchemy is one of the most practiced sciences and things like that. And the only things that alchemists are forbidden from transmuting. That's right. Yeah, no, we've asked that as a question before in our shows. Forbidden from transmuting are humans and golds. In the attempt to this one's one of the longer general plots and things like that. But the basic idea, knowing that that the mother sacrifices for the two of them, is that I have that much correct? Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and it also in trying to resurrect her through human transmutation, which has never been successful, it backfires, and Edward's brother Alphonse loses pretty much his entire body. Edward loses part of his, and all the drama that associates with that therein. So
and I will need to point out that after this video, go check over on, I think it's Film Theorist Matt Pat's other channel. He did an entire episode dedicated to about that the human transmutation thing. So he did a whole episode on that.
Okay, so that should be good. So right, I would assume though it would help to actually see the actual anime first for reference. True.
Not really.
Okay.
He makes reference to the anime with it about the whole.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, he's basically taking the formula that Edward had, and actually because he had parts wrong to it, and he was actually putting more science into that, like what all the elements and the correct amounts of everything you would actually need to do the correct.
So Matt Pat's trying to do what he's trying to translate it into real science terms. You're saying?
Yes.
Aha. Okay. All right. That should be interesting. I'd be scared, Josiah, if anybody actually tried to do that actually in Belleville High School for a legitimate experiment. Agreed.
Oh my God, that would be horrible.
but then again, you never know. It might actually be fantastic. Not that I'm suggesting anything. Please don't think that I'm. Please, we'll both go sky high with this.
To make a reference to on High School Host Club, we just have the pink cloud bunny come up from the ground.
No, thank you. Okay. All right. Okay. Now let me see. Before I read some other suggestions, because there's definitely one I want to make sure I get in. Josiah, you were mentioning a second ago, and this was true. You were saying, Josiah, that a lot of this discussion also depends in part on like the style of kind of show that you like in general outside of anime. Like you said, for the Batum thing, if you were one of those that liked the Hunger Games or other sorts of things like that, what would be for pick another genre, and what would be a good a good
I got
fit
one.
for that. Wait. Let me get Josiah in on it first. Here we go.
All right. So like, wait. Can you please elaborate on that? Like what?
Well, like I said, you said if somebody was a Hunger Games fan, they would probably like an anime such as Platoon.
Yes.
All right. So like what would be another particular genre that, like, to use the analogy you said, if you're a fan of this kind of thing, you'd like this anime. What other examples can you think of?
I mean, let's think about it. All right, so maybe for Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or even Bleach, if you just like action, just like a lot of action, which a lot of these animes, if not all, have, then you're basically in for a treat if you decide to watch anything.
Okay. Do you think now, for the ones that you mentioned there with Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, and those kinds of things? Now I know that a number of the things that are in those types of stuff, borders on like martial arts and pure fighting and that sort of thing or whatever. Do you think? Do you think you have here, hold on one sec, Scott. Do you think that that you have to have sort of an appreciation of that style of action to really be able to like Naruto and DBZ in those shows?
No, not at all. Not at all. If you do have an appreciation for any type of martial art at all, it doesn't even have to be specifically the ones displayed on the show, even on the anime, even though those are like a little over exaggerated. But
as is a lot of things.
Yeah. So if you just appreciate just fighting and martial arts and stuff like that in general as a whole, then you can actually watch these animes and actually enjoy them for what they are.
Well, in correction with that, also with Dragon Ball Z, that's actually based off of mythology.
Well, right, yeah, that's it's well documented that's with Son Goku, the Monkey King, and all that that sort of thing. Right. But now here, wait, Scott, you had something else you were going to mention with regards to DBZ and stuff.
I just did.
Oh, okay. You were saying about that in particular. Here, I'm just throwing something in the chat room here for a second there. Just seeing if somebody else was chiming in on the live YouTube feed or whatever. Okay, but all right. So we said about that kind of thing. Yeah, because obviously when you mention about action, of course, yeah, obviously there's a lot of different styles of what could be constituted as action. We just mentioned about, like I said, the martial arts kinds of sort of thing. The martial arts style of action is obviously a lot different from if you're the kind that like Andrea is a big my wife Andrea is a big Fast and the Furious fan and stuff. She always loved those movies and Gone in 60 Seconds and stuff like that. So if you're thinking about that kind of action, then obviously then like Naruto and DBZ wouldn't work for you. Probably the closest thing I could think of in that genre, even though we tried a couple of episodes. Yeah, Initial D would probably be the best idea there. Again, same deal. We got an episode or two into it, and it's just a question of, again, kid life is getting in the way. But we're probably going to give it another shot somewhere down the road in the near future because, again, cars and more cars. That just works for her and stuff like that. Okay, let me dig up some other.
Genre.
Okay, what do you have?
Well, considering I've been watching High School DxD, which actually borrows from like all types of mythology and gods and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's there's an action in it. It builds up for it.
Yeah, if you could, of course, get around all of the. I mean, yes, we have to, of course, admit that. I mean, and understand folks out there. Yeah, we're trying to keep this as clean as possible because, yeah, as Paul said earlier, to avoid the dark, the dark stuff. One of those dark things being the general concept of fan service, and believe me, we know that there's some anime that can't avoid it and some that can't get enough of it. But
that's quote on the other end of it.
is it fair to say, Scott, that High School DxD a little bit qualifies in that category?
It's yeah, on the darker end, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's just make sure that disclaimer is out there. Yeah,
but on the more cleaner end of that,
who is that going now?
Nope, not me.
Somebody was.
Not me.
It always seems to be when one of the two of you talk.
But on the cleaner end of that, I can recommend Rosario Vampire.
Okay, which I've seen a few of myself. Going back a couple of years. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, if you're any of you watching out there, understand. Yeah, like I said, yeah, we're not necessarily for twisting anybody's arm, watch anything. Yes, like I said, yes, the gratuitous stuff does exist a little bit. Okay, and so things like Scott mentioned High School DxD and Rosario plus Vampire shows like those or Sekirei and things like that. Yes, there are going to be somewhere. Yeah, there is gratuitous. Sexuality is the best just thing to call it. Yeah, they do exist. If that's your thing, because believe me, we know there's plenty of stuff on American TV that exists. All right, but like I said, but keep in mind, we're trying to be friendly here. We're not twisting anybody's arm. All right, so watch at your own discretion. This is, of course, true of any show that you watch, anime or whatever. Okay, yeah, obviously use your own minds on it.
And then also in that, I can also recommend Spice and Wolf. That's a good one.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So we got the
Spice and Wolf, Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Okay. All right. Well, wait. Let me hold that thought a second, because we got a couple others here. Let's see. All right. Now here's one that I want to make sure we got in here. I mean, I know we still have some time, but I want to get this one because a while back, someone who joined us for one of the previous convention attentions when we had to redo the Sonic broadcast a couple months back, Angelo D'Argenio, formerly of Disorganization 13, he joined me for the second half of the Sonic thing. And I remember a while back on Facebook, he had brought up this a similar topic to this and was saying like what the perfect newbie anime is supposed to be. And the one that he suggested, and this is interesting, he explains it to me, he suggested the perfect first anime is Cowboy Bebop.
I'll give him credit for that. Because
here's the reason why. Here's the reason why he said, all right, because this is what he told me. He said Cowboy Bebop is written with American sensibilities in mind. It also has a fantastic music theme. It treads sci-fi space opera grounds that we're used to here in America, and it probably has, he says, the best dub that's in existence. Now, I asked him to define what he meant by American sensibilities. What he said is that, Japanese writing has certain themes in it, and Japanese writing focuses on the setting and the situation more than character development. Whereas in American writing is more about the characters, than the setting. American writing focuses more on people, and he says that Cowboy Bebop, with its multicast story, not just about Spike, but also about Faye, Jet, and all the other ones. The fact there is so much that is character-driven about what you see going on in Cowboy Bebop that, like I said, the setting becomes completely secondary, and as a result, like I said, that ties in perfectly with the sort of things that American audiences eat up, not just in, like I said, sci-fi space opera, but just in any sort of show. So what do you think about that? Paul, you ever seen Bebop at all?
What anime fan hasn't seen Cowboy Bebop? I generally agree with that. It's a bit violent.
but it's not much more than you can see on, how would you say, primetime TV. So, you know.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense there. All right. However, and Scott, you said you shared on the opinion of Bebop as well.
Yep, it used to come on at 11:30 right after Inuyasha back when I was a big Inuyasha fan, and I still am. And that's another one I can recommend if you like action, more of like an action romance story, better than Twilight.
No.
You with your Twilight. You with your anti-Twilight crusade. Yeah. However.
No. I wouldn't even recommend Inuyasha. No.
Well, all right, here. All right. Okay. I'll tell you what. We'll get into. Well, wait. Hold on. Wait. Time out, guys. Hold on. We'll get to that in a second. All right. Let's see. Josiah. Now, like I said, I know Cowboy Bebop goes quite a bit, back or whatever. So I don't know if you got to see that one yourself or not at all.
I actually have not gotten to see that one either.
Okay, yeah, all right, well, here in the purposes of education and stuff or whatever, just to cue up a quick summary of the, like my friend Angelo talked about, yeah, like I said, the idea of the concept of a sci-fi space opera. So here's the general premise as it's laid out. And yes, I know I'm borrowing from Wikipedia here, so sue me. So the premise listed here. Stop with the jokes. Okay. So anyway, the premise. Okay, it's the year 2071, roughly 50 years after an accident with a hyperspace gateway that made the Earth almost uninhabitable. Humanity has colonized most of the rocky planets and moons on the solar system. All right. Amid a rising crime rate, the intersolar system police set up a legalized contract system in which registered bounty hunters, also referred to as cowboys, chase criminals and bring them in alive in return for a reward. And the main characters of the show are some of these bounty hunters, all aboard the same ship, appropriately the Bebop, hence the name of the show. With Spike Spiegel, the show's most familiar character. He's the leader of the group, and he has his people with partners as well. And along the way, I'll get into some of the other things. So, but it's part in adventure like that. So it's part space. It's part, in a sense, with the bounty hunting thing. It's like you can't necessarily call it a police drama, but knowing that there is that sort of, again, since it's based on a crime, kind of thing, that has its own ups and downs and things like that. So it actually mixes, several different genres of existing American television things, and it, in a sense, it really is a neat and tidy and happy package or whatever.
But when the show first aired in Japan, it didn't do so well.
Why is that?
I have no idea.
That would definitely be something. Yeah, no. If you find out about that, yeah.
There's actually a video on somewhere floating around. It's 107 facts about Cowboy Bebop.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm just throwing something out there.
Well, one other show I could probably recommend while we're going through all this.
Okay. Well, actually, here, I'll tell you what. Which one?
Kantai Collection.
Okay, what's the hook behind Kantai Collection?
It's the one with the ship girls.
You're gonna have to give me more than that because I don't have a clue.
Well, it's about these girls that have the spirit of World War II. Battle ships that the Japan, the Imperial Navy had.
Oh, okay, wait. Is that the one you were trying to write the question for? Okay, that's the one. Okay. Now I'm getting a little more reference. Okay. The long story, folks. We'll explain some other time. We don't have the business right now here.
Wait for Press Your Luck. I'll explain it there.
Perhaps. We'll see.
No, I'm going to. I'm making
Okay.
up for it.
Okay. All right. Enough. Okay. All right. All right. Now let me see. Now, Josiah, I'm going to start with you on this. Okay. Because a second ago, when Scott mentioned Inuyasha, Paul back there was vigorously shaking his head and saying, "No, don't recommend Inuyasha to someone as the first anime they should watch or whatever." I'll get to Paul's reasons in a second, but Josiah, first of all, for all the long time that Inuyasha's been on and stuff like that, have you gotten to see any of it? I know they rerun the final act on Adult Swim right now, but
there were so many times I wanted to watch the anime, but because I don't stay up so late, I never got around to
as a
it.
student, good for you. But
But I do know the character Inuyasha. I am familiar with the character. I just don't know much about him.
All right, but okay. But let's see what the story here is exactly though. All right, all right. So
I can give it to you in a nutshell.
Well, here, before you do that, let me hear what Paul's nutshell is as to why he says no way to Inuyasha. Why shouldn't?
Dear Lord, that anime is long. Like, I would not recommend to somebody who is new to, like, any of the long series. Like, if it was longer than 26 episodes, I'm probably not going to recommend it to see.
Wait, as a question of how long the show was on as opposed to the content?
Yeah. Like, if it's something that is new and is still running, sure. But if it's something that's like case closed size, I'm not going to recommend that to you.
Dear God, that show's
questions that I can't answer.
Okay, but
go back and watch that.
But let me ask you. So wait, do you feel that there's anything within the actual content of Inuyasha that might turn off a first-time anime person?
No, because most of the common anime tropes are there. So
and basically, in any episode, you can actually pick up the entire plot of the story.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So from that perspective, then it's probably not too bad. I would think because like you said, if it's something, obviously, any show that and we know this nowadays with things that exist like with Game of Thrones and other kinds of series that exist now like that. There's that whole big thing of it's like, oh, I can't just jump in right in the middle. I gotta see from the beginning because I'm not gonna understand. I'm gonna have all these questions. Everybody's gonna be like, well, wait, they talked about this 2 seasons ago or something like that. However,
yeah.
But if anything, if Inuyasha doesn't have that problem. If that is something that, and I think like even Pokemon is probably the same idea because even when you watch that, the same story is true that you could literally watch any episode and you know exactly what's going on. You know what the end goal is. You don't have to see it from the beginning to understand the premise. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
So maybe perhaps in terms of that's actually a thing in Inuyasha's favor. Now it's just a question of do you like the ancient Japan samurai style? So that's
actually it takes place during the feudal era.
Okay, well you know what I mean. You get the idea of where all that's going. Okay, let's see.
We both have a friend that's a big Inuyasha fan. Me and Paul.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's see. Trying to see if we got some. There's some other suggestions that a couple of other that were mentioned by a few of the Castle Point people. I mentioned that that Sage had.
Any of the sports animes are good.
Why? Okay. Now let's see. Okay. So all right, let's go into that genre for a second. Okay, for somebody that's into sports, what
Oracle no basket.
okay, you would put the basketball anime above all the others. How come?
It's basketball, and it's actually almost the start of basketball season. So
Oh, so you're saying, for instance, right now that would be a good time for that.
yeah, and
I would think probably more accurately, since NFL's just about to start. I would probably say iShield 21.
true. But
Yeah.
that's been out for a while. That series.
Sure, right, but we're not necessarily talking about first run kind of stuff here. We're
Right.
just saying in general at all. So just out of all of these things.
Or if you like anime about games and stuff, I do recommend checking out.
Okay, wait. Stay in one category.
Well, no, this actually falls into that sports category because they label it as a sports anime. And one that I can recommend, another one, is Sake.
Which is, for, again, educate the uninitiated.
Basically, it's an anime about this female high school Japanese mahjong team.
Oh, here we go with your mahjong again. Of course, that's right. That's true. Of course, you like mahjong.
Mahjong Go, Hikaru no Go. And at least the one thing that these animes do is they actually, in some way, explain the rules of the game and everything.
That's reasonable. Hopefully they would do that. However,
unlike Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, wait. Enough on that later. Okay,
Yeah.
Let me all right. Let me get Josiah back in here on the mix here. However, let me see. Any for you, Josiah? Any have you had any experience with any particular sports anime at all since we're in this category now?
No, I didn't even know there were any sports animes.
Well, there's several that exist or whatever. I mean, like I said, Scott mentions that. How you say it again?
Kuroko no Basket.
Kuroko no Basket. That's for basketball. Obviously, there's Prince of Tennis. A lot of people are familiar with that one. You got iShield 21 if you're a football fan.
I think it's Ace of Diamond is the baseball one.
Ace of Diamonds for the baseball. I was just about to ask if there was a baseball one.
Haiku,
Is there a
Haiku for?
Is there a soccer one?
Yes, I just don't know the name of it. I think it's just recently too.
Okay.
I'll look it up right now. But also there's Haiku for volleyball.
Okay, man, they're covering everything. Is there a sport we haven't hit yet?
Golf.
Okay.
Oh, no, we do. There was
Here,
one.
while you look for that, here, one sec. I'm getting a knock here. What is going on? What is going on over there? We're almost set. We're in the home stretch. Okay. That's not Sonic. Prepare, guys. Joey invasion.
Yeah. Okay, I found the anime. It's actually called Days. Is the soccer one.
Gotcha there. As my monitor shakes because we have an intruder. Okay, you want to sit up here so bad? Yeah. Get up here, you.
Yeah, the anime is called for soccer. It's called Days. The soccer anime is called Days. DAYS.
DAYS.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, you're taking notes, are you, Josiah?
I'm over on the country.
Look it up.
I'm actually over on the Crunchyroll website.
Like I said, this is a good thing about tonight's show. We get a chance to get a lot of titles spurted out that you might not have heard of, and see what clicks.
If we're talking about mecha, I can highly recommend Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Okay, but here's the thing though, in relation to the mecha category. Are you guys okay there? No, because the weird thing about the mecha thing is that, like, what do you find in, like, American TV that would in any way, shape, or form be equivalent to to that, because I would find mecha anime very hard to to suggest as somebody's first anime, because like you said, what equivalent do you have?
I wouldn't recommend them go watch Gundam as a very first anime, as a first mecha. I would recommend Evangelion or something within that, or like Big O, which is a mecha anime.
Right, but I mean, but you understand what I'm talking about, though. Go back to what Josiah said earlier in the night. Remember where he's talking about how, if again, for somebody that's never seen anime at all, the idea is that if you know a style of American TV that they like, then you have something that you could translate to, or whatever the case is. All right. But what I'm saying is, what American shows exist? I'm not just talking about cartoons. I'm just talking about any kind of American TV that shows like Gundam and Evangelion or Robotech would be a proper transition from. I personally can't think of any.
Neither can I.
So yeah, so that's my question. So yeah, I see at the same time, Josiah, you can't think of anything either, right? Yeah, I said nothing comes to mind there. So I don't necessarily know that those are good picks to have somebody watch as their very first anime, because I would think that would have to be something you'd have to build up to, because again, Josiah really hit the nail on the head, that you want to find something that they could ease into, something that suits their current taste, and then once that person is an anime fan, they could grow and expand on their own. So that I think the mechas would have to be something you'd have to lead up into. I don't think you could start with those straight up off the top. Paul, you think fair assessment on that?
Generally, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, you can't think of anything that any American stuff that would translate to that either, correct?
No, there's not that many. Well, Megas XLR, Transformers.
Well, okay, all right, maybe Transformers, but.
Well, Megas XLR was kind of like.
Well, no, Megas was like a spoof off of the mecha anime. Right. Considering that they kept blowing up Jersey City in every episode.
Right. Based on SWAT cats is another.
You'll have to tell me about that later.
Well, no, the setting for Megas XL was in was in New Jersey.
There's actually an anime that takes place in New Jersey.
Well, no, it wasn't. Well, it was an American show, and there should have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on Cartoon Network. I think one season. Maybe?
You said what? Jersey City gets blown up every single time.
Yeah, the main character kept destroying Jersey City.
So somehow knowing that like I said, Andrea's dad used to be police in Jersey City for a lot of years. He was really just getting out of there when we met 20 years ago. Right? He was close to the ends in Jersey City, wasn't he? Yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah, no, Andrea's up here too. Off camera, or whatever. Here, matter of fact. Hello. Andrew's trying to hide back there. I got you for one split second. Sorry, I had to do that, folks. For once in life, I just want to be able to have everybody meet the world. So, but given how dangerous we know Jersey City to be, or whatever, and even in your case, Josiah, being from Belleville, you know that Jersey City could be a little bit of bad news sometimes, right?
Well, I grew up in Philly.
Wait, Scott, let Josiah speak. But true, yes, Josiah. Yeah, Jersey City could be a lot of trouble if you don't know how to handle it. Wait, Josiah, check your mic. We lost you on the verbal feed there. You disappeared on us. We see you, but we can't hear you. Yeah, lips are moving and nothing's coming out. So somehow, folks, I get a feeling that this might be a good thing. That this is the last podcast that we can potentially do that uses this Google Hangout setup, because we know starting Monday, YouTube's got some newfangled thing that they're up to, whatever. But
don't get me started with YouTube.
Well, hold on. Well, we got a couple of weeks to figure that out before our game show talking fun. We'll get that straight. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Though overall, obviously we've definitely covered a lot of ground in terms of what possible suggestions to give to people. I know we have a number of good ones that we've that we've brought up there. And as said, to any of you out there, folks that have that may not have seen either any of some of the shows that we mentioned tonight and elaborated on a little bit, or just even in general, if you happen to be stumbling upon us and have barely seen any anime at all, if at all, hopefully we gave you some good ideas tonight, and as to what would be the best to see for your first time out, or to branch out, whatever the case is. So definitely, if you're seeing this and you hear some good ideas, and you have friends that have never seen this show, please share this with them. Tell them. And maybe we might be able to grow the fan base even more than it already is. All right. And so with that thought in mind, we're gonna wrap this up for tonight. So. In any event, so like I said, let me see if Josiah's mic is working. Here, try it one more time, Josiah. And still not going.
Not going. But obviously you can still go.
It's okay, Josiah. Don't worry about it. Hey, listen, I really appreciate that you came by and and helped us out with the discussion. Yeah, right. And I will definitely see you through the halls of Belleville on Monday. So it's good to have you with us again. Yeah, like I said, we do this every 4 weeks on Friday night at 8. So as soon as we get the new topic up, we'll announce it. Just keep an eye on the YouTube channel when we do our weekly news updates, and eventually when we get a new topic, we'll announce it at the end of those. So keep up with that and spread the good word, and and like I said, I'll see you around Monday. Yeah, yes. Much love to all of the anime world. All right. In the meantime, you're getting tired too, huh, Scott?
No.
You think you're tired? Remember, I'm back in the classroom. I'm still trying to get my sleep patterns out of whack from being off all summer. So if anybody's got reason,
I just had a cup of coffee before I came over, and for some reason, coffee just makes me yawn.
That doesn't do that to you, does it, Andrew? That doesn't do that to you, does it?
What?
Coffee doesn't make you yawn, does it? That's.
I don't drink coffee that much. I'm more of a tea drinker.
You have it a little. I don't have it at all. But that's its own story. And in any event, I think we're gonna cut it at this point, guys. So Paul, Scott, good with you guys as always. Again, Josiah, thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys. Any of you guys on the game show side of things, we'll see you for 2 weeks for Game Show Talking Fun. I'll be doing probably the lightning rounds on that probably tomorrow, and hopefully we'll announce the topic by then or whatever. And and Joey's saying goodbye here. Andrew's back there waving back. Oh, there I saw you on camera. Just wave hi. Hello there. So for all of the gang and plus here at Lost Silver Productions, my name is Brian Spinski. We thank you for joining us for this edition of Convention Attention. As we always say, we will see you on the con floor very soon. Take care, guys, and have a good night.